What is up, everybody? We've got our C6 Z06 here in the shop. We ordered a bunch of new parts for it, for the control arms and all stuff like that. Stuff that we want to put on this car to make it a little bit better track suited. And we are basically going to try and drop the front cradle today. I was hoping to find some type of guide or tips and tricks video online, and it doesn't appear that that's out there. So we get to try and figure this out on our own here. We're gonna take it slow. It might get done today, it might not. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of video, take you guys along with me trying to figure this out. And then, yeah, we'll show you guys us putting the new control arm bushings and all that stuff in. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the alternator out. When my dad used to work on a bunch of these cars, he made these little brackets that basically bolt in and allow the engine to rest on the frame here. Because when you take that cradle out, the engine will droop down. So this basically allows it to have something to rest on instead of just drooping down and tearing stuff up. So that's going to be the first thing I do. And then I'm gonna try and find what else needs to come off. I know the upper control arms and stuff need to come out, but yeah, we'll go ahead and get started on that. Okay, so that will hold the engine up whenever we get that lowered down. All right, so I know at some point the power steering pump has to come off, and the upper control arms, obviously. And then there's a few other things that need to come off. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started on the upper. I'll probably do the upper control arms first, just because they're easy to get to, and I know they need to come off anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on that. We'll get the car up in the air a little bit. So those are all loose. I'm going to go ahead and take that caliper off. It's putting a little bit of pressure on the brake line there. So that will be the next step. Oh, yeah, get that spacer. Okay. I will go ahead and do that next. Goodness. All right. All right, I'm gonna zip tie that caliper up, and then I will do the same on the other side. and go figure out what else I need to remove. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is remove the power steering reservoir and try and remove the power steering pump. I need to get this belt out of here all the way too. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get to working on that. Might be easier once this is off. I'm gonna take this fluid out of here to try and spill as little as we can. Okay, check and see if we can get any more of it here. Seems like that's about it. All right, so I got the power steering pump reservoir out, and what I ended up doing was draining the radiator and getting this coolant hose out of the way. Now I'm gonna work on getting the actual pump out, and yeah, then we'll see what else we got to do. I'm gonna have to disconnect the steering, stuff like that, but see what else we got to do to lower this front cradle down. So we got the power steering pump out and the reservoir out. Now we're gonna start taking off these tie rod ends, and then we're gonna work on dropping down the cradle. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to working on that, and then I will bring you guys back. All right, so we got all the steering stuff disconnected here. Same with the rack, we disconnected that. I took the 2 engine mount nuts off, and now there are the 4 subframe bolts that we got to take out, or the nuts, I guess, that we got to take out. I've got it resting on this table down here, and once we take those out, it should be good to come up a little bit. We only need to raise it up partially. We don't need it like all the way up. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to work on that. All right, so now I guess we just try and raise it and see if there's anything holding it in place, or that keeps it from going up as far as we need it to. Let's check, see if there's anything. Nothing with pressure on it here. I think we're pretty good here. The car's on a lock. So yeah, I think we're pretty good. Let's have a look at what we need to do. Cool. All right, so we're gonna replace the rack. That's the main reason we want to bring it down. But there's a couple other things. So yeah, we'll check this out, but I think this might be the end of the video here. I'll show you guys what we got. So you can see the cradle is sitting down. There's the rack that we need to get out. And then there's the ABS unit, all that type of stuff. So yeah, we're pretty good here. You can see this side, a lot more open on this side, but yeah, you might get a better look there. Yeah, so it's up. The car's on a lock. I think we're in a pretty good spot here. There's no tension on any of the lines or hoses or any type of connectors or anything. So I think we're pretty good there. I'll video us doing the rack stuff, and we got new control arm bushings, new shocks, AP racing brakes, we got all that type of stuff. So that'll probably be its own video, more of like a track prep video. And we've got a racing seat and a harness bar and harnesses. So yeah, we'll end this here, and then we'll come back when we put all this stuff back together and do that whole track prep type thing. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This is my first time doing it, so by no means is this a perfect like how-to video. There are some good videos on YouTube that show you how to do this that I watched, about just like what you need to take off, what you need to do to get that stuff off, because obviously this engine bay is very, very tight. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.